Yo, what's up guys, how you doing? I'm Paul the Tech Giant and welcome back to the channel. And in this video I thought I'd have a bit of fun because for the next 2 nights I'm staying in 2 different Premier Inn hotel rooms. So the first one is the one I'm currently in and it's just your bog standard room, and tomorrow night I'm staying in what's called a Premier Plus room, which is more of a luxury room. But being a tech channel, what I thought it'd be fun to do is test out the 2 TVs in the 2 different hotel rooms to see if you get any better TV for your money. So the first room that we're in is your bog standard Premier Inn room. And before I actually show you the TV, I'll just give you a quick room tour. So as we can see, got a few hangers, a bit of storage there, towel, got a hairdryer, couple of plug sockets there, full length mirror. Then you've got your little workstation there. So you've got a lamp, double socket. We've got a HDMI port, which is pretty good, so we could potentially plug something in and watch it on the TV. Got your kettle there with all your tea, coffee, sugars. Then we have our fan. Unfortunately this room doesn't have air conditioning and it was really hard to sleep, to be honest, last night. So yeah, bit of a nightmare that. Then we got this sort of settee stroke bed going on at the side there. Then we have our double bed, couple of lamps either side, and a USB-A port on, I believe, if we have a look, yep, both sides, so no USB-C. Heading into the bathroom now, and as expected, toilet, sink, little bin down there, complimentary hand wash. Then we have bath, towel rail, nice sort of rainfall shower there, and again, complimentary wash stuff. But the one negative is the toilet roll. So it's not actually toilet roll, it's sheets like this. So yeah, not the best. Now let's move on to the TV itself then. So what size is this TV? Well, I'm guessing around a 40-incher. So what I've got is my iPhone and we're actually going to try and measure it. So I'm going to set a point just there, measure down, and that is coming in just over 1 meter, which, yes, is 40 inches. So what TV is this? Well, it's not branded up at all. And looking at the remote, I would say that this is a Samsung, because I'm sure many of you guys will recognise that bog standard type Samsung remote. Say no branding on it at all. Go around the side, we've got some buttons just there to control it if we lose that remote control. Let's move around the other side, see how thick this TV is. So, yeah, it's pretty chunky. Bezels are quite thick. But what about the picture? Well, I'll tell you what, actually, let's first turn up the volume, see how loud it goes. Well, unfortunately, the remote seems to have packed up. Maybe the batteries have gone on it. Let's do the old battery spin, see if that can get it up and running. No, it's not working, so that's not a great start. So looking straight on, it's not too bad. If I'm being honest, the colours are a little bit off. It's a bit in your face, a bit oversaturated. Let's see what the viewing angles are like. No, we've got some reflections going on. It's not too bad because it is a matte finish on this screen. But yes, it is washing out as we go round, and we're just getting a better view there of the car park rather than what is going on the screen. What about if we sit down low at the desk? What is the viewing angles going to be like on that? Actually, from down below, that ain't too bad. So yeah, you might be better off sitting here. Now I've just remembered, of course, we do have those buttons around the side. So let's try the volume on there. There we go, 25.
Alright, I get that. I mean, it is a bit more of a second.
And to be fair, the sound actually is pretty good. Out of 10, when it comes to the sound, I'd give that a solid 7.5, maybe even an 8. Now with this standard room, you do get the standard free Wi-Fi. So let's run a speed test and see exactly what we get. Well, that result is pretty tragic. You're certainly not going to be watching any adult entertainment on that. But the good news is, with our next hotel room, the Premier Plus, we do get their ultimate Wi-Fi chucked in for free. So fingers crossed, that'll be a lot faster. So that's the first TV and room done. As far as the TV goes, not the best. Sound on it, actually is really impressive. But yeah, picture a bit of a letdown. But if you are sat all the way back on your bed there, you're probably going to notice the rubbish resolution, and you're not going to have any issues when it comes to the viewing angles. As far as the room goes, a bit of a disappointment due to having no air conditioning and the most pathetic fan, because even with that on full chat, it was still baking in here. So anyway, let's move on to the next hotel and the Premier Plus room. Right, we're now in the Premier Plus room, and this costs approximately 15 quid more than the standard room. So before we look at the TV, let's take a look around the room. Got a little mirror for doing your makeup, double socket, hairdryer. Then we have an iron and ironing board. Big mirror there. Got the TV, little seating area. Then we come to the desk. So we've got a lamp there, double socket. Moving across, and once again we have an HDMI input, which is great, so we can plug something into that and then watch it on the TV. Then we have another mirror, which is quite nice, quite a big one as well. Then once again we have our tea and coffee making facilities just here, and we've got milks, tea, coffee, sugar, but also we have these pods because we have an actual coffee making machine. Now below this is one of the perks of this room, and that is the mini fridge. And in that we got, I think it was a couple of waters and a couple of complimentary chocolates as well. Then we have our window, which is nice and big, but sadly, unlike the one in the other room, it's fixed, so we can't open it up to let any fresh air in. And look how bad this is. I went to shut the curtains last night, the size of that rip, and they've tried to bodge it with some tape. I mean, that is a bit of a cheap fix, that, if I'm being totally honest. So yeah, that isn't great. Then we have this little seat there, like a buffet to put your feet up on, where before in the other room we actually had like a second bed, sort of lounger type thing. Then we come to the bed itself, nice and comfy to be fair. Nice purple light up the top, lights either side, and single socket, and once again a USB-A port. Moving around a little bit more, and we have this nice artwork on the wall, and then just off to the side we have the most important thing, and that is the air conditioning. Need to touch on this a little bit more. In the other room, well, it was absolutely ridiculous. After filming, it got stiflingly hot in there to the point we had to go and complain. Sweat was literally pouring off us. So yeah, not great with the lack of air conditioning in the last place, and this was a godsend having it last night. Moving into the bathroom now then, and to be honest, not a great deal of difference in here. So once again, toilet, sink, hand wash there, nice little light. Toilet roll is proper stuff here, not sheets, so yeah, a little bit of an upgrade on that. But yeah, a couple of different washes in there as opposed to just the one last time, and looks like exactly the same shower head, so realistically not a great deal of difference. Right, let's now move on to the TV, and this time it is actually branded. So as we can see, it is a Samsung, and that is confirmed also on the remote control. Now, what size is this TV? Now, I'm sure you're all thinking this is going to be quite a bit bigger than the last one, because it was a 40-inch in the standard room, so I'd like to think this is bigger. So let's take some measurements with the iPhone once again, and that comes in at the same size as the last one. So yes, this is just a 40-inch TV once again. Right, so let's have a look at the design of this TV then. So bezels, they look a little bit more swanky. You've got this like transparent edge going around it. So yeah, that does look a little bit better. See, we've got that Samsung logo just there. See how thick or thin it is. Well, it's definitely thinner. So let's get some of the menus up. So if I go to the guide, yeah, it's a bit of a different guide over the last one. I know you guys didn't see that, but I couldn't get it up because the remote wasn't working. And also we can get a proper menu as well. So if I come out of that guide, there you go. I'm sure some of you will recognise that from your Samsung TVs at home. So yeah, it is definitely a better TV. Right, let's check out the volume on this thing then. So see how loud it goes. We went up to 25 before, and this goes definitely louder. So that's interesting. It actually shows it goes over 50, but when I press on the button, it won't actually let me go past 50. So I can go down, but not back up. But that is definitely louder. So if you pay extra, you are actually allowed to pee off your neighbours. Right, let's now take a look at the picture. And I'd say it is a little bit better. Colours, I'd say, are a bit more natural than before. Motion isn't that great though, can be a little bit stuttery on this. Let's move round to the side, see what those viewing angles are like. And whilst it is a matte finish, we are seeing those reflections. And to be honest, I think it's actually washing out more than the other one. So in that respect, it's actually worse. So going square on, a slightly better picture. Again, we're not looking at 4K on this, but yeah, but one thing that I will say is a bit of a nightmare is that on the bed isn't actually central to the TV or the TV central to the bed. So yeah, as you can see, it's actually sat off to one side there. So not as good as the previous setup. Right, now time for the speed test. And like I said, with the Premiere Plus rooms, we get the ultimate Wi-Fi. So I'm hoping it's going to be faster. So there we go, results are now in, and that is far better than before. But I still wouldn't say it is ultimate. So whilst it is faster, I think ultimate is a bit of a play on the words there, from being totally honest. I wouldn't say those sort of speeds are great. So as far as the TV goes, yes, this one is a little bit better. But when it comes to the viewing angles, maybe not so good. But if you're in bed, that probably isn't going to be an issue. But we definitely get louder volume on the TV. Sound quality is probably about the same. So there you have it then, guys. Do you think it's worth the extra 15 quid for a Premiere Plus room? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed this fun little video today. If you have, do us a favour, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you already haven't. And hopefully I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.